here. So today we'll teach you the 6 steps of hypothesis testing for population mean. Are you guys ready?
Aye, aye, Captain!
Without further ado, let's go.
A principal at a certain school claims that the students in his school are above average intelligence and claims that IQ scores of the students have a mean score of 112 with a standard deviation of 15. Thus, the hypothesis that this population mean of 112 against alternative hypothesis of sample mean is not equal to 112. If a random sample of 30 students is tested and has a mean score of 108, use a 0.05 level of significance.
The following given for this problem are sample mean is equal to 108, n is equal to 30, as standard deviation is equal to 15, population mean is equal to 112, and alpha is equal to 0.05.
Step 1. State the null and alternative hypothesis.
The alternative hypothesis represents what the researcher is trying to prove. The null hypothesis represents the negation of what the researcher is trying to prove. In this problem, the null hypothesis is equal to 112, wherein the alternative hypothesis is not equal to 112.
2. Check the level of significance and the appropriate test statistics.
State the sizes of the samples. This represents the amount of evidence that is being used to make a decision.
Determine the critical region.
Find the critical value for the test. This value represents the cutoff point for the test statistic.
Compute the z or t value.
Calculate the value of the test statistic using the sample data. You just need to substitute the given data and you'll get the answer.
Decide whether to accept or reject HO.
Decide based on a comparison of the calculated value of the test statistic and critical value of the test whether to reject the null hypothesis in favor of the alternative.
6. Lastly, state the conclusion.
Afterwards, state the conclusion that was found.
Researcher claims that the average number of hours that senior high school students spend studying is more than 15 hours per week. A random sample of 30 students found that the average number of study hours was 18 hours. Assume that the average number of study hours was 18 hours with a standard deviation of 8 hours. Test the hypothesis that the population mean is greater than 15 hours using 0.05 level of significance.
The given for this problem are sample mean is 18, population mean is 15, n is 30, standard deviation is 8, and level of significance is 0.05. HO, m is equal to 15, HA, m is greater than 15. The level of significance is 0.05, HA is directional, test hypothesis is one-tailed, and appropriate test statistics. To get our critical region, we have to find our DF first. So we have to minus n with 1, so 30 minus 1 is equal to 29. We have to locate our t value using our DF, which is 29, and level of significance, which is 0.05. Now, our critical region is t is greater than 1.699. We will use the formula sample mean minus population mean divided by standard deviation divided by square root of n. We will substitute all the given. Now, 18 minus 15 divided by 8 divided by square root of 30. We will get the answer 2.05. At this time, we will know whether the HO is rejected or accepted. We have to graph the t value and the critical region. For this problem, HO is rejected since t value is within the critical region. For our conclusion, there is a significant difference between the researcher's claim and the alternative hypothesis of ours senior high school students' study.
The average length of time for people to travel has been 9 hours. A new bus for traveling is being tried. If a random sample, 25 travelers had an average traveling time of 5 hours with a standard deviation of 12.5 minutes under new bus, test the hypothesis that the population mean is now less than 9 hours by using 0.10 level of significance.
The given for this problem are m is equal to 12.5, standard deviation is 25, sample mean is 5, population mean is 9, and level of significance is 0.10. HO, m is equal to 9, HA, m is less than 9. Level of significance is equal to 0.10, HA is directional, test hypothesis is 1/3, appropriate test statistic is t-test. In order to get the critical region, we have to find the DF first. So, we have to minus n with 1, so 25 minus 1 is equal to 24. Use the level of significance 0.10 and locate the t-value. So, our critical region is t is less than negative 1.318. So it's time for computations. We will be using the formula sample mean minus population mean divided by standard deviation divided by square root of n. So we have to substitute all the given and we will get 5 minus 9 divided by 12.5 divided by square root of 25. And we will get the answer negative 1.6. This time, we have to decide whether to accept or reject HO. We have to graph the t-value and the critical region. For this problem, HO is rejected since t-value is within the critical region. For the last step, state the conclusion. The conclusion for this problem is there is a significant difference between the length of time for people to travel and a new bus for traveling.
Thank you for watching.
A few moments later.
That's all for today. See you in our next video. Thank you for watching.